Next speaker, we have a very special speaker. Actually, she is a high school student. Sungmin Lee is a senior at Hankuk Academy of Foreign Studies. As a student interested in science field, including medical science and biology, she has participated in various conferences and programs, including Medicine 2.0, to deepen her knowledge. At her school, she is a leader of several biology clubs such as Intuit and Ascenders, and volunteering clubs such as Hospice Club and the Red Cross Youth, and is an active member of other clubs such as Biomedia and the Decavio. She is going to speak about the exchange activities among students across the world via broadband network. Sungmin Lee, please go ahead.
Thank you, Chairman. Good afternoon and good evening for those in the States. Uh, okay. My name is Sungmin Lee, and I'm currently a senior at Hankuk Academy of Foreign Studies. I'm here to talk about Cyber Lab and discuss how we can exchange activities among students across the world via broadband network. But before moving on to the core of my presentation, I would like to start with something different. My country, South Korea. Korea has had numerous difficulties, numerous obstacles in becoming a nation we now know today. And there are lots of factors that have contributed to its development and its success. Efforts by workers, help from other countries. But among these crucial factors, I believe the most important one is nothing other than globalization. In the past, conquering other nations was the only way for an empire to gain supremacy, to gain hegemony in its region. But it does not apply to today's society. We don't want any warring states. What we want are communication and sharing of ideas, and that is possible because of globalization, which refers to processes that increase worldwide exchanges among nations. So when is globalization most needed? Well, the world is replete with serious problems: poverty, famine, global warming, and water shortage. We can't just let them continue to happen in these countries. I mean, everything is correlated. One problem begets another, and one problem here might arise another problem there, just like global warming. And it's only through cooperation of all nations that we can solve such issues. Now, what are some of the solutions? Scientists could do some research. Experts could have conversations. Students could maybe do idea sharing through debating and presentation. Then, through what methods? There are experts around the world, but there must be a way to connect these experts. There must be a way to help them cooperate together. How can they conduct research, debate, and share their opinions without a medium? So I say that the perfect medium here is CyberLab with the help of Broadband Network. CyberLab is a video call system set up on the Broadband Network. But first, let me introduce what it is. There are four types of internet access: local area networks, dial-up access, wireless broadband access, and lastly, broadband access. And that is the last one is the one that I'm talking about. When you think about it, broadband network is actually being used everywhere in our lives. It is an efficient tool in helping people search for information, contact their friends, and catch up with the latest trends. But I'm saying broadband network has far more potential than just cooperating, just contacting each other. And one system that perfectly depicts this possibility is CyberLab. And what I'm about to show you is an online environment settled on CyberLab, a video call system to promote global discussion among students in countries in Asia. Agarasia Youth, 2012. This was designed by KO Media Design's Global Education Project, UNESCO, and SOI Asia. So for the contents, I'll explain what the objectives are and how we had this meeting and what its projects and activities were. Agora Youth was aimed at having global discussion and learning interactively. Agora is a central spot in ancient Greek city-states where people gather around to discuss, and Asia is where meeting was held. As its name implies, students from Asian countries such as Myanmar, Japan, and Korea met at certain time and discussed thoughts with each other. This way, students could learn from themselves. So for the method, we use, of course, CyberLab, a video call system, and a Polycom devices for communication. Then we had PC for research, for doing some research and video editing. And lastly, each of those sites had their facilitators who helped them communicate within the local meeting and who also motivated active participation. So this picture is taken at Magic in South Korea, where Korean students met up. Here you can see Korean students discussing with each other on the issue, and you can see that everything is set up for the video call system. And on the screen are students from Myanmar on the left side, and on the right side you can see a little box, and it shows us students from Japan. So during this 2-day conference, we discussed sustainable energy. Since the United Nations designated 2012 as a year of sustainable energy, we were to raise awareness about the importance of increasing access to energy, energy efficiency, and renewable energy. So how do we do? We had 2 days to do these activities. These are activities that we did in the conference. We first introduced ourselves, each from Myanmar, Korea, and Japan. We discussed with each other and created a movie on this topic. Then we were given feedbacks and comments on video production the next day. For introduction, you can see the student on the right side. Each student prepared either a video clip or documentation that explained who they are. Student introduced who they are, what school they went to, what their hobbies are, and then we spoke up to explain energy situation in each country. These pictures show screenshots of introduction videos. The top left is the one that I used to introduce my school, Hankuk Academy of Foreign Studies, and bottom left is me. In the middle column are students from Japan, and in the right column are students from Myanmar. These pictures show Korean students discussing with each other. And this is a screenshot of the video that I made to inform others about what we can do as students to solve energy problems. And the next day, I received feedbacks and comments on this video production. So in conclusion, CyberLab had both advantages and disadvantages as a video call system. As for its good points, it allowed effective discussion and realistic communication. People could chat from faraway places as if they were next to each other. Of course, we already have video call systems such as Skype, but these show faces only. What I'm talking about here is a system that shows everything, the whole environment, the whole room. Moreover, CyberLab allows video playback. CyberLab allows playback and presentation during the video call. Yet there are also disadvantages. One thing is that it's very slow when held in underdeveloped world, for example, Myanmar. We had problems listening to Myanmari students. We had to wait a few seconds for every sentence. Other than that, video playback was in comparatively low resolution because we weren't downloading the video, but we were just seeing the video being airplayed, and it's rather difficult to set up the whole system, and it's expensive to prepare for such a big cyber lab too. But still, CyberLab has wonderful merits and surpasses the limit of current technology. It allows people in different countries to share knowledge with each other and also enjoy more reliable discussion. Considering these points, I believe CyberLab will work perfectly at classrooms, office, and anywhere that needs communication with others. Especially for students, CyberLab will be a wonderful tool that guide them to a broader world. Currently, we use internet to contact others, send mails, do some social networking, do some research. But this is not using internet to its fullest potential. I say our future use of internet should be something like this, where you don't have to fly hundreds of miles to get to the other side to discuss one global problem, where you don't have to write emails to friends and wait days to get their replies, where you don't have to suffer from slow internet connection. I hope to see more knowledge sharing in the future. Now that such a wonderful system as CyberLab is being developed, I believe the future of easier knowledge sharing is not that far away, and wider world seems to be open for us. Thank you.
Thank you, Sungmin Lee, and for your very challengeable project. Actually, APAN this meeting now the first time to open to high school student and the other paramedical persons. I have a question. Would you have some plan to expand this Eurasia project in your mind, or what so far you can talk about the plan?
Um, I'm not the administrator of this Agorasia youth meeting, but I've contacted the administrator, and then and he told me that he was going to open up another session in November this month, in November this year, and I'm planning to participate in that conference as well.
Thank you. Are there any questions from the remote? Okay, thank you again. Uh, oh, Dongsu Lee, do you have some questions?
Yes.
I
Did you hear me?
Okay, yes, we can hear you well. Please go ahead.
Yeah. I was interested in did you need any the technical support from the technicians, or have you done by yourselves, or just connecting, or just maintaining the connection? That was the first question.
Okay. I actually had technical support from technicians at Magic in in
Yeah.
Chibuk National University,
Okay.
and I
Se-
mentioned that as one question.
Second
Okay.
question is in terms of contents, were you really interesting? I mean the in viewing TED, I mean the technology, entertainment, and design.
Mhm.
All those brief presentations are very interesting in terms of the contents issues. However, you just use the issues regarding energy and sustainability, or economics and the future of the mankind. Weren't they boring?
Mm, to be honest, I was quite familiar to those topics, and they weren't boring, but uh, they were not highly interesting. But the fact that we could communicate with each other and the fact that we could have discussions with people around the world was the point. And I believe we can have more interesting topics in the future.
So this is comment. Why don't we just proceed to include edutainment beside education itself? Edutainment, which is called
Entertainment, you
the
mean?
synthesis of education and entertainment
Okay, okay.
program. Okay,
I'll consider their point. Thank you.
thank you.
Maybe the last question, Ms. Mishura can answer about the entertainment on, as you already have a lot of experience from the teacher age program. Would you comment about that? Please turn on your microphone. We cannot hear you.
Muted my microphone.
Okay, thank you.
I think edutainment can be good, but you have to ensure that the entertainment components you are adding are actually enhancing the materials. Right now, there's a big movement here to create video games for education, but not all of those games are actually imparting the knowledge. So I think edutainment can be good if you test it and check that what you're adding is actually adding value.
Thanks for the comment. I'll try to have entertainment services in a way that promotes better education. Thank you.
Thank you again, all the speakers and commenters. We will move